Hey, what's up? It's Chris here from Chris's Sci-Fi Reactions. Today we're back with another classic Who. This is the Keys of Marinus Part 2, The Unwilling Warriors, I think it's called. Yes, that's correct. Um, Interesting first episode. I believe this is the first time we've been in space. So yeah, this planet, the planet Sensphere, not too far from the planet Oodsphere. Yeah. So I must admit, I've been trying to keep to a schedule uploading on YouTube, and it hasn't been easy because YouTube keeps frickin' blocking everything I put up there, even though it's on fair use. So I have to appeal everything, but when I appeal, it takes 48 hours. So when I start the process, it comes up blocked, and I get an email, and it just got to the point the other day where I was totally like,
Kids, won't you step outside for a second?
Dear Lord, that's the loudest profanity I've ever heard.
yeah, so I was pretty ticked off about that, as you could see. So yeah, the full uncut, unedited reaction of this episode will be available on Patreon, listed in the description below, and let's just get straight on into this episode. So I assume they've got some sort of force field around them.
Steady, Chesterton. The calmer you are, the stronger.
Doctor, look at these two.
Maitland! Maitland! Can you hear me? Fear, my boy. It's loosened his mind. He gives us Sensorites a chance to control it.
Doctor.
Frighten them? No, I can't do that. No. No.
Somebody's talking to him. Inside his mind.
No, don't force me. You can't. I won't do it. My head. Pain. Voices.
So the Sensorites
Something. I know they are
are trying to control him.
trying to harm us.
I'll have to use the cutter.
Dear, there's no real danger.
Sensorite. We're your friends, John. Friends.
I really like the way
They
Barbara
are my friends.
is sort of connecting with John.
They set up a sort of screeching noise. Well, Grandfather said it was because they were aware of another mind.
Breaking in on their communications.
Yes, exactly. I thought if we both tried together.
Well, anything's better than just sitting.
It's nice to see Susan's
They're near us.
quite intelligent,
You see?
taking on intelligent ideas.
Think of the same thing at the same time.
What do you mean? We defy you, something like that?
Yes, we defy you.
All right.
And we've got to picture the words very clearly in our minds. We must both concentrate very hard. Ready?
Yes. When I count to 5. 1. 4. 5.
Okay, so their minds are open to attack.
Oh, it's jammed. I'll have to cut the whole section out.
I can't wait. I'll give you a hand for a minute. John muttered something just now before he passed out. Sounded like the dreams of avarice. Now, on Earth, we have a saying, rich beyond the dreams of avarice. I think he's discovered something. Would explain why he's had the worst of it from the Sensorites.
Yes.
They wanted to shut him up.
He's a mineralogist.
You see? Makes sense. John mumbling something about riches. I think he must have discovered something that the Sensorites wanted to keep secret.
I'd say that's
So
a
they
pretty
silenced
safe
him?
bet.
And kept all of you prisoners about their planet.
I see. And now they're trying to do the same to us. We must get the...
So it's something to do with money or wealth.
Talking to them.
Yes, we must try. We must.
The first elder is communicating. Be alert while I listen. Yes. The first elder is interested in human voice that said, "We defy you."
The human creatures who are newly arrived seem to possess more intelligence than the others.
The first elder said they have less fear of us. We are to stay here and watch.
Well, I guess if you travel with the doctor, you become desensitized to fear.
Our warriors to destroy them.
This is John's spectroscope, Doctor.
So I see.
I do remember he was beginning to... Well, you come from nowhere and you seem to be going nowhere.
Well, we're very dependent on the doctor. He leads and we follow.
Travel without a purpose.
Oh, no, there's a purpose in it. He's trying to get us...
I like the way that Ian's more of the, I guess, the hero. How can I put that? I mean, the Doctor's still... I think both Ian sort of represents the physical challenges, because the Doctor's obviously in an older body, and the Doctor's really the intellectual hero.
Where do you suppose this leads?
I don't know. Let's find out. You can come if you don't want to.
Nonsense.
Worry about me. Go on.
This is all very well, but I think we should try and contact them.
Are you two feeling better now?
Much better.
Oh, I don't know what happened.
Negotiation?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's no coincidence that the Sensorites attacked you as soon as you discovered molybdenum.
Yes, but they won't agree to that.
I'm really intrigued by these, this episode and the last episode. I don't think it's the best of stories, at least not so far, but it's certainly intrigued me, and it's interesting seeing Susan sort of step up more in this episode.
Which one is the doctor? The one with the white hair.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
We have been speaking to each other.
What is it you want of us? Why don't you let these space people go back to their Earth, hmm?
None of you can ever again leave the area of the sense sphere.
Why not?
You know the answer to that.
Because of molybdenum. We are...
Allow it to happen again.
What do you expect us to do? Drift around forever?
No, you must all come back with us. A special area has been prepared for you on the sense sphere. There you will live, and there you will be looked after.
These people cannot possibly accede to your request. It's out of the question.
You will do exactly as we tell you because you have no choice. None of you.
My party does have a choice. And I assure you, we have no intention of spending the rest of our lives with you.
Well, you have our answer. What do you...
Damn right.
We intend taking you down to the sense sphere. But we do not wish to harm you in any way.
Since we've met you, we have no wish to harm you either. But you must get off this ship.
What if we refuse?
They will attack you.
The other Earth people will not be able to help you.
Surely we've proved that we don't need help.
You have only proved that you can lock doors. We can unlock them.
Now listen to me. both of
Yes. I love
you.
that.
You've taken the lock of my ship, and I want it returned immediately.
You're in no position to threaten us.
I don't make threats, but I do keep promises. And I promise you,
Cool,
I will cause
Doctor.
you more trouble than you bargained for. If you don't return my property, like they've done to these two people.
Doctor, is there no way you can get into your own ship?
No, not unless they return what they stole from my ship.
But they'll never give it back to you.
Oh, my dear, they're not invincible. Oh, no, no, no. Did any of you notice the peculiarity in their eyes?
No,
Absolutely.
I did.
It's a fallacy, of course, that cats can see in the dark. They can't, but they can see better than we humans, because the iris of their eyes dilates at night. Yeah.
What are you driving at, Doctor?
Oh, it's all perfectly simple, Chesterton. You see, the Sensorites' eyes are the exact opposite to that of a cat's. The Sensorites' eyes were completely dilated.
And how can you be sure that the Sensorites will be frightened
Yeah.
of the dark?
He's not always
My dear
right,
Doctor,
but he's
wouldn't you be
usually
afraid
right.
if you couldn't see your enemies? Hmm? Thank you for your admiration, dear boy. Thank you.
I never said a word.
Telepathy. You know, telepathy isn't only a prerequisite of the Sensorites. I know sometimes what you're thinking.
Don't want to go.
My dear, what...
They're talking to her again.
What are they saying?
I can't hear them very well. Oh, that's better. There's just one voice a long way away.
Hey, what's the message, child?
Oh. Oh, all right. But
Oh,
none of the others must be harmed.
Jeez.
Don't move, any of you. Grandfather, it was the only way. They knew I'd agree.
Agree? To what?
To go down with them to their planet. Otherwise, we'll all be killed.
Geez, nice to step up, Susan. Although I'm not sure it's the best idea. Okay, so that was classic Doctor Who, Season 1, Episode 32, The Sensorites, the Unwilling Warriors. It was, yeah, I think this episode was okay. I think a standout was Susan. She was definitely a standout in this episode. The story hasn't got me really into it, but it has its moments. I usually, it doesn't bother me. I know some people either like space episodes, you know, more than anything, or like historical episodes more than anything. I'm really, oh, if it's a good story, it's a good story. It doesn't matter whether it's on a spaceship or in the past. Yeah, but so far this episode, or this story I should say, is around the 7, high 7, maybe low 8. But obviously the story isn't over yet, and I'm just scoring based on 2 episodes. So I believe there's another 4 episodes left, so this is a bit of a longer one. Let's just break this down. Okay, we start off seeing the Sensorite outside from the last episode. Maitland and Carol, that's it, seem to be frozen stiff with fear, literally. John is then being told by the Sensorites he has to scare Susan and Barbara. He obviously resists, which is good. You know, he shows strong will, even though his mind is open and being damaged, if you like. Here we have him trying to get in through the door. The doctor saying to Ian that he needs to calm himself down because anger messes with the mind and it leaves the mind open to attack by the Sensorites. Barbara very much comforting John, saying, you know, we feel safe with you and that you can protect us, which is nice. Here we have Susan sort of coming up with the idea of maybe using their mind against the Sensorites, and it works, but Susan does seem to pass out. The doctor's saying, you know, that it is possible for Susan to read the minds, or not read the minds, but connect with them. Susan said she heard hundreds of voices, which I'm guessing are the Sensorites. Ian comes up with the idea that John found something, and that's why they wanted him silenced. And then the doctor seems to find that it's I can't pronounce it. It's a mineral element, I believe. So yeah, here we have them talking about that element on the planet, and that it makes the planet quite rich for humans. They, Sensorites attack Maitland and Carol when their minds open to the knowledge about what's on that planet. Here we have a sort of confrontation with Ian and Barbara taking on the Sensorites. Then they decide to walk back and retreat, and they close the doors behind them. Barbara then asks John how to close the doors, basically lock them. Then he's done that. Sensorites are speaking to Susan here. She seems to have an ability to speak to them. Oops. Here we have them finally confronting the crew and the Doctor and friends, talking about, you know, that a place has been created for them on the Sensphere where they can live. So basically, a prison. The Doctor, you know, sort of threatening the Sensorites. Well, he said he doesn't threaten, but he does keep promises, so saying that he'll cause the Sensorite trouble. Then they're talking about, you know, that the iris of it is opposite to that of a cat, and they won't be able to see in the dark at all, even the semi-dark. Susan then speaks to the Sensorites and makes a deal with them. In order for everyone else to die, she has to go with them down to the planet. Okay, so that was the Sensorites Part 2. Yeah, that was my breakdown of it. I don't think there's much more to say, except I really do hope this episode gets onto YouTube quite easily. I'd like to get it up on YouTube on Wednesday, and hopefully I can. If I have to appeal it, unfortunately it then takes 48 hours before it will unlock, or unless the BBC before releases the content ID strike. So yeah, hopefully everything goes all to plan. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to give it a like, comment and subscribe. Full reactions available on Patreon, listed in the description below, as well as my social media accounts, and I will see you next time. Bye.